It's your boy Sid, and welcome to the Dallas Cowboys for Life channel. I want to welcome everyone to Speak Your Mind all the time. Guys, I got a special guest with me tonight, but as you notice, there's one missing. My co-host Jake Tuck at the last minute had a family emergency. We wish him well, and obviously we're going to get this show popping anyway. So with that being said, as you notice, my guest tonight, man, Cowboys fan talk, Mr. Rome. Yo, introduce yourself, let everybody know where to find you, and let's get this show popping.
What's going on, man? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk. Right back like I never left, as I usually say. Listen, you can find me Cowboys Space Talk on YouTube. I got a Twitter too. It's Cowboys _ fan talk. I've been in the game for about 4 months. And yeah, man, just humbly trying to make my little mark on YouTube. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I
Let me
think
go
we
ahead
all are,
and
man.
change.
I think I don't think people realize how much of a grind this actually is for us to be doing on a weekly basis and so on. And it's not easy because we got a lot of cowboy trollers out there.
You already know.
You know how it is. Being a Cowboys fan ain't easy. And with that being said, I want to ask you, what made you decide to become a Dallas Cowboys fan? First of all, how long? And is it easy sticking by the team this year with all the drama that's going on, as I would call it?
Those are easy for me. I'm 37. I was born in Austin, Texas, and from when I grew up, that the era of I grew up in, you choose your teams from usually where you were born. That's just what I was. You know what I'm saying? That was what was bestowed upon me. But the easy thing was when I first started getting into football and into sports, Dallas was dominating. It wasn't really a hard. It was like the Houston Oilers or the Dallas Cowboys. It wasn't really you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a decision to make. It was like, no, this is easy. So my early football fandom was great because we was peeling off Super Bowls and dominating through most of the 90s. I know the
Yeah.
jokes. The 20 something years, but see, I never really had a choice. I've been rocking with Dallas since I was born in Austin, since I was born. So it's gonna be my team until perpetuity. You know, ain't no changing, ain't no switching sides. Trust me. If as much as people give Dallas fans crap, they gotta give us some respect too, because most people would have jumped ship. If you're a Dallas fan in 2020, especially during this season, if you still rocking your hat with pride, you know what I'm saying? You should give us more props than hate, because it's like, I would have jumped ship. You know what I'm saying? But why jump ship? I take pride in wearing the star, because we the only team that when we get a win, it pisses everyone in the NFL off.
The world.
Yeah, so it's different. Like if the Eagles get a win, you know, they care in their little bubble. That's it.
Yeah.
But say for instance, let's throw hypotheticals out, because I mean that's where our season is, right?
Yep.
Say for instance, everybody's coming to see a massacre tomorrow, and I know we're gonna get into this more in depth. But say tomorrow, everybody come to see a massacre, and you know football's funny like that. The stars align. You've seen craziness, and we win tomorrow. Imagine, like, you're gonna take pride when you go to sleep tomorrow knowing everyone is pissed. We pissed everyone off. And we are the only ones that, like, most upsets, the fan base is excited. If we win tomorrow, everyone in the world is gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Now, will we win? Probably not. But that's another discussion. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a realist. I'm a big fan, and I'm a delusional fan, as everyone likes to call us. I'm one of them dudes that I'll talk myself into a game. Like, I'll find a way mentally, like, you know, if these things, I'm finding it hard for tomorrow, because with Zeke being out, it's like, all right now, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a little wild for tomorrow. But normally, like next week when we play the Vikings or after the bye, I'll be back to talking myself into it. I already know it. I'll talk myself into how we'll win that game.
I don't know how you felt, but I had to, like, and I put it in my thing. I had to, like, take a step back. I had to regroup, get my composure back, because I honestly didn't feel like doing anything on YouTube. I didn't feel like talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm still ride or die. I'll still, my friends are still hating and sending me all the hate texts, and I'm sure.
That don't even bother me though.
Yeah,
That's not the hate. Like, people got to realize, as Dallas fans, you're not giving me nothing I've never heard.
yeah,
Like, when you say it's been 26 years, okay,
yeah.
like, I know, like,
Yeah.
or the whole Dallas sucks, and you'll hear that, Cal this and Cal that, all the jokes that people they regurgitate and run back. I'm used to that, so that don't really bother me. What bothered me this year is watching the team, because as much jokes as they make, I've never seen our team perform like this. Like, they seem checked out. So it made me kind of check out, because I'm like, I'm the guy. I feel like everybody on YouTube got their niche. I'm still trying to find mine. I've only been doing this for like 4 months, like I said,
Yeah,
four and a half.
You're
So
like me. I've only been doing this since December, so I'm still trying
yeah,
to find my niche. Just
so
like
I'm trying to find my niche and give people something different. Like, when they come to my channel, like, I'm not Vosh Lombardi. He break down tape like nobody else. Law Nation is like, I feel like he like the voice of the people. Everybody got their thing.
Yep.
Mark Holmes is like the Uncle Cowboys fan. Like, you go to his channel, like, it's like going to your uncle house.
Yeah.
So I want to be like what I was in the beginning of the season. Is I'm the dude, like, when I play sports, I can get the team riled up. So I can talk anybody into thinking we can win a game. That's my skill. I could do that. So earlier in the season, before a game, I can get everybody up for the game. Problem is, the players got to do their part. And if they look like they don't give a damn, it's hard to talk people into it when you feeling like, they don't care either. Yeah. So for a couple of weeks, I started to be like, I don't know what to say. But after last week, irony, we played Philly, and DiNucci, he tried. That's all I got for you, is he tried.
So we're gonna get into that, but before we jump into like the Dallas Cowboys and where they're at, I'm definitely gonna jump in the chat. Got to send a few shout outs. First things first, I want to take care of. I got to send a shout out to my man CJ. You know who you are, owner of BuzzFit Gym. Big shout out to this guy, man. Been doing a lot of things and always been there for me. So huge shout out to him. I want to send a shout out to Philly. Philly Notion is in the channel, man. What did you say about him? He doesn't what? Let him hear it.
Hey, Philly Notion, man. Your hate don't count. Because I'll tell you. Look, Philly Notion, since I've gotten to know him, he has no, what's the word? Objectivity.
Yeah.
So once I peg somebody and know what they do, it would bother me if he gave me a curveball. I can bet on him hating no matter what's happening. Like, with half our team out, for you to be like, y'all still trash. I'm like, okay, I see what kind of fan you is.
Yeah.
But see, I'm in the hey, Philly watching. I'm in the best position right now, because when your team is trash, fine, we've established that. Now the spotlight is on the Eagles. They better go undefeated.
Yo, he said CFT.
Well, they better go undefeated, because every loss, every mistake they make,
you're gonna be on.
I ain't got nothing to do. My team ain't gonna win. So I don't got nothing to do. I'm gonna be right in your DM on Twitter. Y'all, hey, look, y'all better, when y'all play the Giants, y'all better win.
Yep. Oh yeah. So big shout out to Moving the Chains, man. If you haven't checked her articles out, go check her articles out. She writes amazing blogs. So definitely go check her out. Philly Podcast, thanks for tuning in. And we got Tyron Church in the building. So we're going to definitely get to some of these comments. But I want to ask you, and you said something that I think that a lot of people keep saying, and it's bothering me, because are the Dallas Cowboys really trash? Because on paper, in the players that we have, is our team that bad?
No, that's not even a hard. Listen, first of all, on paper, right now, we just don't have our team. So, like I said, there's hate and then there's logic.
Yeah.
If you're going to be Shannon Sharp with it and just ignore logic, because if you pay attention, do you watch like the national shows and everything like that? You watch when people break us down? Pay attention to the difference between when they explain what's going on with the Cowboys and they explain what's going on with another team. If a team is missing their starting quarterback, right? And usually they'll start, well, they don't really have much of a chance this week because their quarterback is out. If you've noticed something, when you watch Shannon Sharp or Colin Cowherd, anybody, when they bring us up, they don't even mention that Dak is out.
Nope.
Like, they don't mention it. Like, they don't say, well, they'll say, I don't know why Dallas didn't show up last week. Because, now they'll bring up Ben DiNucci, they'll bring up that Zeke isn't showing up, but they don't. The most glaring thing that's missing on our team is obviously that our starting quarterback broke his ankle. It's not, so when people say y'all still trash, it's like, okay, you obviously see our starting quarterback is out. But if they're unwilling to acknowledge it, I'm not going to waste my breath, or I'm not going to stress myself out. If a person's not going to come to the table with a valid argument, like, all right, I understand that y'all quarterback is out, and then we go from there. If you're like, yo, y'all trash, I don't care if your quarterback is out. Not even just our backup quarterback out too.
Bro,
and both are tackles.
From Dak, Dalton, DiNucci. Now we have Cooper.
I can run it down. Look, both tackles is out.
Yep.
Starting center.
Yep.
Is
running
out.
Back.
Now Tyler Beatis, our rookie center, is better than Joe Looney, so I'll give everyone that. But look, Gerald McCoy gone for the season. Tristan Hill gone for the season. Jarwin gone for the season. Our starting tight end is gone for the season. I know everybody likes Schultz, but he wasn't our starter. You know what I'm saying? So starting tight end gone for the season. Chidobe Awuzie played like 2 games.
Yep.
So one of our starting quarterbacks has been out for the season. We haven't had a legitimate safety back there. Woods has been playing like trash since we lost Jeff Heath. That's a whole nother conversation.
I don't even want to get it. I wasn't big on him last year and going into this year.
We got a half a linebacker in Jalen Smith because he's in his own head. I don't know what he be doing. Now,
what about D-Law? D-Law stepped up, the Philly game?
Last 2 games.
Yeah.
Well, actually, D-Law has been showing up. I got to give it to him. I really went back and looked at it. D-Law has been showing up since the Giants game. He really has been showing up. Like,
I'm not a D-Law fan.
Not in the complete sacks. Not in the complete sacks. He's just been showing up with look, the thing we've been looking for is effort. You can't take that from him. He's been balling. Because who else is showing effort on defense outside of Trayvon Diggs? Yeah. Aldon Smith? But Aldon Smith is hurt right now.
Yeah. Already.
But my rundown on all of the injuries just allows you to know when people say Dallas is trash, you almost want to say no, Sherlock. Like, of course we missing everybody.
We're missing half our squad. Like, people, it makes me mad because, like, even in the chat right now, I'm seeing, oh, we don't want to hear excuses but
that's fine. That's fine. But look, are you a basketball fan?
I used to be when Michael Jordan used to play.
Oh, all right. Respect. Look, saying Dallas is trash is like saying, yo, Golden State Warriors were trash last year when Klay Thompson and Steph Curry didn't even touch the floor. Of course, there's no one there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just different. But you got to realize they're relishing in the fact that we hurt up. It's funny, like the same people that used to complain about don't make fun of us because of injuries are making fun of us because of injuries. So that's fine. I'll take it. You got to grit and bear certain things. But I will say this, though. Guess what we get to dominate that everybody else can't? So they're going to put us on TV regardless.
Yep.
Because we Dallas, right?
Yep.
So all of the Dallas faders, I'm going to give you something to sleep on tonight. When you're about to go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? I want you to think about this. If you're a Dallas hater. We're going to be bad this year. That's a fact. 5 wins if we go on a streak. That's a top. That's tops. I think that's the tops we're going to hit. Maybe 5 wins. So fine, we're going to be trash. We're going to be picking in the top 10. Dallas dominates the airways because people tune in. That's why every show you turn on, they're going to talk about us, whether we got 2 wins or 10 wins. When the season ends, there's how many months to the season? Like 9? If we got a top 5 pick, they're going to talk about us for 9 months.
Yeah.
And y'all going to hate it. So everybody going to get ready because when it's draft season, you're going to be seeing this every day on every sports channel. So get ready for it. You're going to be so mad because I know you're mad at seeing us now. You're going to be really mad when they got to talk about, well, is Dallas going to get Justin Fields? Get ready for that conversation because you're going to get it every day from February till September.
You know what the thing is? People don't realize the Dallas Cowboys keeps the lights on for the NFL. I don't care what anybody says.
Keep the lights on for these networks.
Yeah, and we do. We're the most talked about team. Remember when they signed Mahomes? Who was the first person they brought up once Mahomes was signed? What does this mean for Dak? And it was Mahomes news went under the rug so quick, and Dallas came the most talked about team again. And it's always like that. You turn on the network at the end of the season to the beginning of the season, the Dallas Cowboys are the most talked about team.
But you know why we're the most talked about, most loved team? It's not because of our fans. It's not because of us. It's because of the haters.
Yeah.
They can put, they can say, you know what? Change the schedule. We're going to put the Dallas-Pittsburgh game on tonight at 3 a.m.
People will watch it.
And people would wake up and watch it.
Yeah.
So as much as people hate us, they can't help but watch us. Like they just can't. I hear you're going to watch a car crash. I feel all that. But let's be serious. There's stuff out here that I don't like. I care. If they say they playing the Philly Eagles on at 3 a.m, I'm going to sleep good tonight. I'm not waking up. They would wake up and watch us. It don't matter.
Yo,
why is anybody watching this team with no Dak, no Zeke, no tackles? Last week we had the same team. No secondary.
No defense. It could go on.
We got historically bad defense, but last week for the Philly game was the highest rated Sunday night football game of the year.
But you know what? I want to talk about that. I want to make something clear about that Philly game. I don't care how these Eagles fans are tripping because we were winning at halftime.
You should be ashamed.
With the
amount of people we got out that we was up.
Yeah. DiNucci put up more yards than Wentz.
We're not going to get into Wentz. Huh? We know how bad Wentz is. We know.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He has a 32nd ranked completion percentage in the league.
Yeah.
There's no excuse this year. Like, you know what I loved about last week's game that I would love to ask is Notion still in the chat?
Yeah, he's still here. So with that being said, huge shout out to Beauty and Cleats. Thanks for tuning in. Ruth the Truth is in the building. Philly Notion's blowing up. Dak is out of here. The smart business move is to move on. The fan passion move on to sign it up.
Ask Notion a question. Why did Wentz suck last week when he had all his weapons?
He hears you, so I want it. You heard that?
So Notion, with all his weapons last week, you had Fulgham, you had Rager.
Yep.
You had Goddard. You had all his weapons last week. Dak and Dallas had mad injuries. What's your excuse? Why did Wentz play? Huh?
They struggled. If it wasn't for that,
struggling is if Dak was ranked 32nd in the league and had this many turnovers, the world would explode. They would be running a special on Saturday night just to talk about Dak.
But you know what? I do have to give it to Philly because I've been tuning into his channel and he says it. Wentz is trash. But he said he's going to stick by his QB and blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But Wentz is trash, and I don't think he has a future with the Eagles.
Dak ain't played in a month, and Wentz has 30 more yards than him.
Yeah.
30 yards. He ain't played in a month.
So his response to you is, wow. Cowboys fans talk raw. You call those weapons. Most of those players were off of practice squad. Cut it out.
So you disrespecting your own team.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna. So you can't talk out both sides of your mouth. Don't say Travis Fulgham is good. Don't say Ragar's good. Don't say Goddard is good, and then say they're not weapons. It can't be both.
Yeah.
Either they're weapons or they trash. Now I'll join you in calling them trash because I don't take I don't lose no sleep in calling your weapons trash. But don't turn around next week if they have a good game versus the Giants and say Travis Fulgham is the next coming to TO like I've been seeing y'all doing, because he's not.
Yeah.
So either Fulgham's good or he's not. Which one is it, Philly? Don't say he a weapon and he nice and he the best receiver.
You know what his response is? How can you say that? He's saying that Wentz is the one who makes them weapons. How? Wentz is trash.
Wentz is the one that's making the dude with the 32nd ranked completion percentage is making it. I didn't even know you could do that. How can you be good and bad?
Yo, Philly.
That's like, how can you be good and bad at the same time? Look, I'm not even gonna focus on Wentz. Look, I'm a realist. He's just talking. That's his pride talking. Pride comes before the fall. He know Wentz is playing like trash.
Yeah, he knows. Listen, I spoke to him.
What's your excuse? Like last year, it was neck and neck. Dallas, we out. This is your race to win. What if Philly don't win the division? What's their excuse? Because everyone is healthy.
Yeah.
They get Miles Sanders back next week.
Yep.
So if everyone's healthy and Wentz is still trash, like, because they've been loving to lean on, well, it's because he ain't got no weapons. If everyone that he needs to throw to is healthy, and I don't want to hear Alshon Jeffrey because he hasn't been on a team.
He hasn't been
he's not even there. So if everyone's healthy, I would love to hear what the excuse is going to be at the end of the year. He's only missing Miles Sanders. Last week, you should have went for 400.
Yeah.
But you had what?
No
how
reason.
Many yards he went for last week?
136, something like that.
Versus our defense.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be bigging up and talking trash about my own defense. But listen, if you only go for 130 versus Dallas defense,
you're trash.
I can go out there right now, tonight, and throw for more than 130 on my defense.
Yo, that's insane. So with that being said, I want to ask you an honest question.
Yeah.
What do you think about Daks Future with the Dallas Cowboys? Because right now, if I'm Dak, I'm sitting at home and I'm chilling and I'm watching my value skyrocketing, right? Now, everybody's saying that the Dallas Cowboys are going to tank the rest of the season and Jerry Jones is going to trade Dak and we're going to go after a QB. Do you think that Dak has a future with the Dallas Cowboys? Because I honestly do. I don't think
I'm going to put it like this. Best way to put it. Dallas, since I've been a fan, never does what you think they're going to do. So we come into the season right now, everyone thinking 13-3. I said 11-5. That was still lofty goals, but that's the record we thought we was going to get.
That's what I said too. I said 11.
Like Dallas, in true Dallas form, they do some shit you don't expect. Sorry to curse. And then we end up 2-6 right now, right? Wild injuries, like we ain't see none of this coming. So it's like, wow. So everybody shifted their focus, like, okay, well, we can't do that right. We're going to just do this right. So they think that Dallas is going to do something like find a way to tank all the way to a great quarterback. Newsflash, Dallas never does what you think they're going to do. We're not going to lose enough to get Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence. So anybody that has that in their mind, get it out your mind. Dallas will win enough games to piss you off. So if you got it in your mind that we're going to get Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, we won't. Dallas will win another 3 games, maybe 4, just to be somewhere between 5 and 12 on the draft board. So we'll still get a great pick. Like we might be able to get Patrick Surtain in the corner and or Micah Parsons. Like we might be able to get a great player. But as far as those top 5 players, we won't lose enough because what's going to happen is Dallas is going to, I call it doing Dallas things. Dallas is going to do not what would, like the smart thing would be to lose out, get the second pick, trade out of it, and load up like the Herschel Walker trade. But that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen, no.
Because Dallas is going to do Dallas things, and we're going to still have a good pick. Like anything in the top 12 is an amazing pick. We're going to have like 5 wins, maybe 6 max, which will still net us in that area. But we're not going to get, look, when Dallas is like a pendulum. So whatever's happening, it swings wildly each direction because we're the most talked about team.
Yes.
So we can't just be logically like if you logically look at this on paper and you see how we just played Philly, because I watched them big up Philly for 2 weeks because they lost to the Steelers and lost to the Ravens. They were like, but we played them tough. So if you played them tough and lost, and then we played you tough and lost, where does that put us? Because you, like I said, don't talk out both sides of your mouth. You can't both ways. You can't say, well, we played the Steelers and the Ravens tough, and that means we're a good team. So if Dallas shows up with Ben DiNucci and plays you tough, that makes us still a trash team? Because how does that work? In essence, they're all losses. Yeah. All that lets you know is that the NFL, most games are decided by a couple of points, and most teams that play motivated, it's not separated by a wide margin. Our team is not nearly as trash as everybody wants to say it is. It's the hate in them that makes them want to drive that trash to, you know what, Dallas is trash. They ain't winning another game. Like, let's be logical. We have way too many horses still on this team to lose out. We won't lose out. Even look, we played Washington and they knocked Dalton out and it was bad weather. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, when we play them on a neutral field, when we play them back in Dallas with no bad weather and Dalton back healthy and Zeke back healthy in 3 weeks, it's going to be a different ball game. Andy Dalton, yes, he looked trash in them couple of games. But do I think Andy Dalton can't complete a pass? Like, people starting to get illogical. Like, they're starting to act like Andy Dalton can't complete a pass. Like, so when you talk about Dallas, you got to realize that the hate in people makes them say stuff that just is illogical. Like, Dallas is so trash, we won't win another game. So Dak will be with Dallas because we'll get probably the corner or the linebacker. We'll be in the top 12. They're going to sign Dak because they ain't going to have no other choice. Where we going? And I think Dak is going to come to you break your ankle, you're betting on yourself stuff kind of, all right, now, I got to sign this contract.
Yeah.
So he's going to come humble, and Jerry, watching his team crumble, is going to come humble, and they're going to make a deal. Dak's not going to come to the table with what he probably was talking about before. You can't. You're coming off an injury, so you can't be talking 40.
He can't. But
yeah,
I don't think he'll be up. He'll be close.
Because it'll be. Well, let me take it back because it moved because of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Because of D. Watson. And look, D. Watson's what? 1 and what?
I don't know what it is.
1 win, 6, 7 losses.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So that helps Dak. Listen, Deshaun Watson's making 40, so Dak will get probably 40 even.
Yeah. And
everybody will be fine with it. Jerry knows, okay, look, that's my whole team's heart and soul. I gotta sign him. And Dak knows, like, look, my career could be over in one stupid tackle.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna come together and I think find a way to make a deal because both sides have been humble. Like, I ain't trying to hate on Dak, but breaking your ankle on national TV will humble you.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? Just that I think Jerry Jones realizes the value of having Dak on his team.
Yeah.
And the Philly haters are in here right now because they're like, oh, you hear all this nonsense, blah, blah, blah. Guys, we believe in our team and we believe that Dak is the future of the Dallas Cowboys. I've always said it. He will be. And you guys are just jealous because next year when Dak comes back, guys, laugh now because the Dallas Cowboys next year are going to have the last laugh against Philly. Because if Dak would have been playing on
laugh now when you get that 19th pick and you watch Dallas pick 13 picks in front of you for 5 rounds and you watch us get good player after good player after good player, and then you look up and say, well, we'll just sign some. Oh, we got the second worst cap situation in the league. So not only are you 3, 4, and 1, you're going into an offseason where you can't make a lot of improvements.
Yep.
Good luck with that. You might not even be able to re-sign Fulgham because he wants some money and you ain't got none.
They're having problems with Ertz right now.
So how you gonna pay it? Look, Fulgham gonna want his money. Y'all can barely play.
Yeah. So I'm not listening to these guys.
You can't sign players to IOUs.
So do you think that benching DiNucci was the right thing to do going into this game tomorrow?
No question.
You think that
it's not? Look, last week we look, I got on the hype train because I'm that stupid fan. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I saw your video.
Plus his name. His name fun. His name was fun. Like, his name Ben DiNucci. It's easy. Gucci DiNucci. Like, it was easy to be like, well, what if he's nice? You know. But let's just be logical. He's not ready.
No.
Last week,
he holds on to the ball too long. When he comes out the pocket, he worried me. He did a lot of stupid throws.
He's just not ready. Like, look, James Madison is way different than the Philly pass rush. And he learned. Because, look, I'm not illogical. I'm not going to call Philly got a lot of good weapons. So, especially on defense. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't ready. But I think that, and it's not that I think Garrett Gilbert or Cooper Rush is about to go out there and light the world on fire. But the difference is Garrett Gilbert has taken NFL snaps. He's played against the Steelers before when he played for the Browns. Now, I ain't saying he did anything special, but he at least has played NFL football to where it's not going to be like that scary. And first of all, he's older. He's like 29. So as an older gentleman, there's no experience like life experience. He's been in the league for a while. Like Ben DiNucci just got drafted, and I'm sure his preparation was minimal because he never thought he would play. He saw Dalton in there. He's like, I'm never touching the field.
Yeah.
So to go from that to like I'm in the game and then to spend a week trying to prepare, he wasn't ready. And look, you try to speak confidence into him. That's why you got Michael Gallup talking about he out there slinging that thing. You try to speak confidence into somebody. You ain't want him to go in scared. You ain't want to look him in the eye and be like, you're not ready. That's not going to help.
Yeah.
So we learned our lesson. And then it was like, look, worst case scenario, Cooper Rush has taken and thrown passes in the NFL game, and so has Gilbert. So it's like, it's not that they're going to light the world on fire. It's that at least you could say, okay, they can get the call in. They can keep the huddle together. Like, I'm sorry to say it's down to the basics, but that's what we need. Tomorrow is going to be about one thing. Last week we got into a groove running behind Zach Martin and Tyler Beatis.
Yeah, because I said that. I said I saw a spark of light under Zeke with Zach Martin back.
No, look, I hate to say it, look, that drive, it was the drive in the second half, and I know Philly, hey, Notion, you was watching. We was dominating a line, and they was double teaming Fletcher Cox the whole way down the field. And we were winning that. We were running pretty much the same play because Philly's linebackers are trash. So we weren't worrying about the second level. We was like, let's just get 5, 6, 7 yards a clip.
Yeah.
And you know what threw it off? Because Kellen Moore tried to be cute and run a double reverse. And when Fletcher Cox
caught that, yeah.
When he spent 6 plays getting double teamed, right? And we were moving the ball because he probably was tired. And then the one play, you don't get double teamed because, in reverses, they don't really block. He knew what was coming. He's smart enough to know it was coming. He blew that play up. He said, I'm not getting blocked this play.
Not reverse. This time.
Yeah. So I think this week, we go into this game like, listen, line, get ready. It's not going to be many passes. We're going to throw the ball maybe 20 times tomorrow. Max, yeah. So I don't know who. I'm not too familiar with our third string running back. I'm not even going to lie to you. I think his name's Dottle. Tony Pollard, I'm sure in his mind, like he's a grown man football player, I'm sure he's always been like, if I could just get more carries.
Yeah.
Well, your time has come. Because tomorrow you're going to get 20 to 25 carries, maybe 30, and maybe some passes out the backfield. So get ready. You're going to be sore next week. But we got a bye week, so get over it. You about to get it's going to be a whole lot, Tony Pollard. And
the Steelers D-line
probably some more reverses, to be honest with you.
The Steelers D-line is tough, man.
Man, it's probably gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch.
I'm not looking. I'm working tomorrow, so I'll be watching it while I'm working. But I'm not looking for this game. I just want to send a few shout outs while we're doing this. Eastside Harold, thanks for tuning in. The Lunatic.
Harold found his way over here.
Yeah.
That's an interesting gentleman right there.
Yeah. So he's definitely looking crazy. I feel the confidence.
He's showing his face when they 1-7.
Who?
Because Eastside Harold loves the Texans. I'm surprised he over here.
Yeah. The Lunatic, thanks for tuning in. It's been a minute, man. Thanks for definitely tuning in. Zay says, hell nah, we ain't running on the Steelers D-line. Yeah, you see?
Well, look, the reason why I think we can run on the Steelers D-line some is because we ran on Philly's D-line. And not to be funny, Philly has Malik Jackson, Fletcher Cox, and Javon Hargrave. Those are 3 of the best D tackles in the league, to be honest.
I said that.
So if we can run on those, Philly has great edges. Their D tackles aren't terrible, but they not Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
So we can move the ball on Fletcher Cox. We're not running those sweeps. We're running up the middle. And look, I don't know if anybody been paying attention to our center. He is legit. Pro Football Focus has him ranked the top 5 center in the league, not rookies, period.
Yeah.
We got another one from Wisconsin. We got another one. So it's a whole bunch of and look, we activated our fullback.
Yeah.
You know what that means? We're running up it's one of those days. It's gonna be fullback, center, guard. Like we're not trying to get out the side of nobody. It's gonna be up the middle, TP, see what you can do. Now I don't think that's gonna make us win the game. I'm just saying the style of football we're gonna play tomorrow is gonna have to be that because we're not gonna be able
Yeah,
to
we're gonna run. We're gonna run, and we have no choice. Eastside Herald says, "Don't worry, it'll be 2 tomorrow." So yeah, they're they're struggling just as much as we are.
Who they
And
play
Philly
tomorrow?
Notion, obviously. So y'all starting Pollard in your fantasy tomorrow.
Notion is dedicated, man.
Yo, Notion's
Dedicated.
yo, I love honestly. And you know what? He can't say nothing because I called him at halftime during the Philly game, and he was worried, bro.
I know Notion was worried because Notion talks all the time, right? And he was quiet. He was real quiet.
Bro, he didn't answer my call for like a good. I had to call him like 3 or 4 times.
But don't worry, you said your time is coming. They have we put like this. Our pain was when we watched Dak get carted off. Like that was emotional. I was drunk. I was on I made the video. I was emotional. But it happened and it came and went. Yeah. Dak ain't breaking his ankle tomorrow. It's already broke. So our season, that was the worst thing that could happen this year. If I told you in August, what's the worst thing that could happen this year?
Dak getting injured.
Dak getting injured. Like season-ending injury. That happened. We dealt with it. It was weeks ago. We over it. But Philly...
I'm not over it. I got to be honest.
Well, no. We're over it because he ain't coming back.
I'm hurt, man, bro. I was so emotional that night. I felt like I just lost my best friend, bro.
Nah, when he got hurt, I was like... Because I didn't know what... I was like, how the hell I'm going to roll for the rest of... I didn't know what to say for the rest of the season. But Philly, y'all got hope. And it's funny because every time y'all lose this year, I get to come watch all y'all channels and y'all going to be mad. And it's going to be funny. It's going to be real. Because look, you ever seen a team win two straight and then not sound excited about it? I've been to all their channels. They ain't really that happy right now. It's been a whole bunch of, Wynn's going to get it together.
Yeah.
We're going to get it.
That's what I keep hearing. And we're not starting. What's it? Their QB did win and they drafted Jalen Hurts. I don't know. I'm not sure if we should start Hurts. I think we should start Hurts. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Wentz will figure it out. That's all I keep hearing from these Eagles fans. And it's driving me nuts.
All I need, this is funny. All I need is for them to get this because I'm rooting for chaos. I don't care if they win the division. Fine. But look, I want them to win a game because of Hurts. That's the best.
Yeah.
Like, I would love for a game to be close and then Hurts to throw a winning touchdown or run for one.
Yep.
Because then the fan base is going to get more divided. Like, it's already divided. It's funny. Yeah. So if Hurts wins them a game, I don't care if they win. I don't care if Hurts wins the game versus us, the next game. It would be better for me. Because if Hurts wins a game,
it's over. Then
more people, or if Hurts comes in and like completes 3 passes and his completion percentage is better than 50%, like Carson's, then people gonna be like, let him throw some more. Like, so I'm into that. I want to just see Hurts do well. I don't care if it means that they do well. I don't care if they win out. I want Hurts to be heavily involved because I want him to go into this offseason like, I mean, we could trade Wentz to the Colts.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Because if Wentz gets traded, I think a couple of the Philly creators would delete their channel. They wouldn't know where to go. They were like, yo, you know what? I'm out.
I'm done.
Because I better not see one of them wearing a Hurts jersey.
Oh, man. You have no idea. Yo, Cowboy X Factor, huge shout out to this guy, man. He says, yep, you are right about that. Philly Notion is definitely, I'm not even going to read his comment. Philly, man. This guy, I love
at home
honestly
right now,
though.
Notion at home right now with a drink, sweating.
Yeah.
Because he know what I'm saying is right. He's sweating.
Sweating, man. Sweating. He kept, on his channel last week, that's what he kept saying. Wentz is going to figure it out, man. Don't worry about it. But he's trash, but he's going to figure it out.
Hey, if we so trash, why is Notion still making videos about us? Shouldn't it be over with?
That's all he talks about, eh?
I know he love us. He got a Dak jersey in his house. Come on. He loves Dallas.
He lives in Dallas. I told him.
Why you look? It's Saturday night and he on a Dallas live stream. He love Dallas. Come on, man.
Yo, he said, I'm just here for the Dallas comedy show. This guy's.
Hey, man, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You gonna be front center tomorrow when we play.
Yeah, and he'll be talking about us. If that's all the Eagles fans do, they talk even on
their
live streams. That's all they talk about. They bring up Dallas for a couple Because they want to talk about us.
You know who don't though? Remember our stream last week? The general. What's his name? Philly Fresh.
Oh, he doesn't.
I respect Philly. I've been on Philly's page. He said it the other day. He's like, I don't talk about Dallas. That's not what I'm here to do. I respect that. Like he just like that ain't my thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I look, if that ain't your thing, because we got a bunch of content creators on this side that don't mention Philly neither. I don't mind mentioning Philly. I got a little following, so it's funny to me. I ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You know, so if you come to my channel, I'll talk my trash because I don't got 40,000 subscribers to where I could just ignore Philly. I ain't got nothing else to do, so I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, do you think? How can I ask this? How many games you said it earlier, and I think you said the Dallas Cowboys will win 3 more games.
I think so. And look, I ain't saying they're gonna be spectacular. I just think Dallas gonna do Dallas things and win enough to where we're gonna get a good pick, but not the pick we want, because we never get what we want.
Well, we got CeeDee Lamb.
Well, I ain't. But you know what's funny? You ain't expect to get Lamb.
No,
because I didn't.
We didn't. Nobody did.
Look, that's Dallas things. Like you go into the draft, like okay, we'll probably get a DN, and then CeeDee Lamb falls to you, like, oh, the unexpected. Because that's what that. Like I said, tomorrow we'll mess around and beat Philly or beat the Pittsburgh, and we'll be like, how the hell?
Yeah.
And then the Vikings will blow us out, because that's what Dallas do. We do Dallas things. It don't make sense. It ain't made sense since the 90s.
Listen, we didn't make sense. I don't know. We don't make sense when we need to sign who we need to sign. You ever notice we always sign somebody who we feel is going to be a good signing?
That's true.
And then all of a sudden, it falls through and something happens. It happened with Dez.
That's a fact.
It happened with T.O. T.O. got shafted when he came to the Dallas Cowboys.
T.O. it wasn't going to work because a lot of these things, I think the reason why it don't work is because business, it becomes personal.
Yes.
Excuse me. You got to think, the Dez signing got personal.
Yes.
I think Jerry and Dez is straight. I think Steven and Dez got sideways. Right?
Yeah.
I think the T.O. thing, it was personal because it was Romo and Jerry's boy is Romo, and Romo didn't like, and Witten. It got sideways, so it got personal, so they got rid of him.
Yep.
And then with Dak, there has been stories that have come out, not you can't verify it, but basically they were saying Jerry came out and was like, I don't know if I believe in Dak. I'm just keeping it funky. I'm not here to like lie, because I mean, I don't own the team. Like this is the dumbest question I've ever heard that people ask Dallas fans. Why haven't y'all signed Dak? I'm not the GM.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask me, would I sign Dak? And I'll give you a quick answer.
Yep.
Yes. But that has nothing to do, like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, do you want $1 million? What kind of dumbass question? So when people ask, why haven't you signed Dak? I don't know. Jerry Jones does what he wants. It's his team.
Do you believe that
it's a loaded question. It's an answer that what you expect me to say? Of course do I want Dak? Yes. Would I sign Dak? Yes. Do I think Jerry's going to sign Dak? I don't know what Jerry's going to do.
Jerry's Jerry. You know what? I'm happy this year. He kind of looked. I'm happy to see him starting to take a step back. I think he honestly. Yeah. He looks old. Every time I see him on camera.
You got faith in Steven?
No. That's even worse. Because you know what? He's so corrupted because of his father.
Oh, go ahead.
I find he's corrupted just because of his dad. He thinks the same way his dad does, if not worse.
I would love if when God forbid, like, I don't wish death, but when Jerry does go, because I mean we all meet our maker at some point. I would hope that Steven would be smart enough to hire a GM.
Yeah.
I think right now Jerry is technically, his title's GM. I think Steven wants to run. I think he wants to be hands-on, but I don't think he wants to be GM. I think his dad does. So I would hope that at some point Steven would say, all right, look, I'm not watching tape.
Yeah.
Jerry don't watch tape. Will McClay does all the picking. We know that. I'm just saying. At some point, and it might be 10 years from now, because Jerry fuck around lived to 200. But whenever Jerry tapped, I would hope they would hire a GM and maybe things will change. Because until then, our seasons are like a roll of the dice. We come in, we gonna hype ourselves up because we Dallas fans.
Yeah.
But with a crazy owner like that, we can't. There's a lot of stuff we just don't have in our control. But I love to see who was it? I've seen the Philly fans complaining about somebody meddling in stuff.
Yeah.
Because I heard that what's the name? Jeffrey Lurie and their GM was determining who gets starts on Sundays. And I seen them complaining about it. And I was like, oh, welcome to our world when the front office does stuff that affects the stuff on the field. So I ain't want to hear the complaining because I've been living with this for forever.
Yeah.
Front office do stuff. I'm sure Jerry calls down on Sundays like, hey, throw it deep. It's a joke, but it's probably real. Like, I feel like Jerry has had times where he's been able to change plays on the field because our organization is ran like it's crazy.
You know what I'm happy about though? He no longer goes on the field when he's upset.
He's too old. He can't make that walk. Used to, Daddy, you hit the elevator and walk up and down the sideline. They don't want to see him out there with a cane. Everybody got a cane now. He old.
Yeah, he is. I saw him on camera and I'm like, man, this guy aged so bad from last year to this year.
He don't even get mad when we losing no more because his energy low. He'd be like,
yeah.
He wanted, but he can't.
He can't. he really can't.
It's a wrap.
So do you think? So the next 3 games, who do you think? I think we should beat Washington the next game.
I think we can. Look, Dalton will be back.
Yeah,
Dalton will be back. Dalton would have came back, but he caught COVID, and I mean, no one knows when that's going to hit their team. It's been hitting everybody.
Yeah,
it finally hit us. It's been, and everybody has lost somebody. Most of these teams have lost 1 or 2 people to COVID.
Yep.
For a little bit, and it could happen again. It's just part of it. So we lost Andy to COVID, which might have been good because if you rush back from a concussion and get hit again, now you back.
Yeah.
So Andy getting probably about a month off from the concussion is probably better for him. Now with Andy Dalton, like I said, we could win a couple games. I think we'll beat the Vikings is up in the air. The second Giants game is up in the air. The second Redskins game is up in the air.
Eagles.
Yeah, I can't look. It's up in the air. We just played them close. And everybody know that fumble was wild.
Yeah, that was
the game should have been 15-9.
Yeah.
And if we played y'all to 15-9, first of all, there's a player offsides. Let's keep it funky. The refs just didn't want to call it. They had a defender just offside. He was in our backfield before they hiked the ball. So I know how the fumble happened because your player was offside. But anyway, we played y'all 15-9 with Ben DiNucci. Do I think that I can beat y'all on our field? Yes.
Yes.
I do. So, yeah, that game's up in the air because divisional games are always close. So, with that many divisional games left, do I think we maybe win 1 or 2? Yeah. Do I think we can beat the Vikings? They like us. They might be looking at, shoot, we might want to get a good pick. So, you don't know if they checking out neither. It might be the checkout bowl. Who really, you know what I'm saying? And then we got Ravens will probably blow us off the field. Dez probably scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who else we got that's a really good team? And look, I would have said Bengals, but I'm a Burrow fan. Burrow is legit.
So we have a lot of people on the team right now that haven't been stepping up to the plate.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said earlier, I'm not a D-Law fan. Amari Cooper hasn't really been doing much this year. And, I heard that he might be on the trading block. There's a lot of rumors. Gallup might be on the trading block. Do you think that the Dallas Cowboys... Now, a lot of people are putting the blame on Mike McCarthy. And I said this in my stream the other day. I said, I'm not putting the blame on Mike McCarthy yet. He's a new coach coming in with new coaches, period. Basically a new team. We have a lot of rookies on our team, a lot of injuries on our team. How can we put the sole blame on Mike McCarthy? Right? So do you think that the Dallas Cowboys, like everybody's like, oh, Jerry Jones should fire Mike McCarthy now? Jerry Jones should make some move and trade some key players in now so he's able to open up the salary cap and so on. Do you think that we should be making all these crazy moves that they're talking about making? Or do you think that Jerry Jones should step back and say, you know what? The season right now is wishy-washy. Whole new squad, a lot of young guys working together. I'm going to keep this team together, and then we're going to look at things going to next year.
I think this is what's going to happen. This is my honest thought, because, we still just projected. I think Nolan's going to get fired, and I'll tell you why. Someone got to take the fall for this year.
Yeah.
So they're not going to fire McCarthy because firing McCarthy would admit that they're wrong. So firing Nolan would be like, well, we was right. Mike was wrong for hiring Mike. So they'll fire Nolan, and Nolan know it. They're not going to fire him mid-season because it doesn't really serve our purpose. If Nolan being bad helps us get a better draft pick, at this point, it's like, so be it.
Yeah.
They're going to fire Nolan. I'll tell you the one player they're going to move on from. Jalen Smith.
Oh, yeah. I see that coming. They have to.
Unless Jalen has a miraculous last 8 games. I'm not talking about winning. Of course, I want to win. I'm just talking about just his play. And not because he's leading the league in tackles or however that works. He's been catching most of these tackles. Like, tackling somebody 30 yards downfield does not count. I think they're going to move on from Jalen Smith. And look, I'm not excited about it. I was a big Jalen Smith fan. But, I mean, this is a business, you know? And if you're playing like trash, we can't be paying you that type of linebacker money if you're playing like trash. So I think there'll be fall guys. They cut the other people they could cut real quick because it's easy. You know? There'll be other players we move on from, but I'm talking about marquee names. They're not going to move Amari because, not to be funny, Amari's stats won't lend itself to someone trading for him.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. His stats are going to be every receiver's stats are going to be down because ain't nobody throwing the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
So Amari's going to end the year with 700 yards. Ain't nobody trading for no $20 million contract when you just came off a 700-yard season. Even if you can say, well, who's throwing me the ball? This is negotiations. It's not going to happen. You know, the only team I think that would trade Amari is an even swap would be the Browns. And that would be us trading for Odell Beckham Jr. And that's a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
He makes slightly less than Amari, so we would be saving, what, $2 million? But you bring in Odell and putting a star on his helmet, I ain't ready for that. Some stars are brighter than Odell's star would be brighter than Daks.
Yeah.
Because he's Odell. So I don't know if we want down our team. So we can trade Gallup because of his contract. But we won't because of his contract. We have him under contract. We're not trading that. That's too big of an asset. You know, what we'll do is we can get from under Amari's contract after next year. So this season and next season. And then he had a front-loaded contract. What we'll do, I hate to say it, is after next year, we'll probably cut him. So we'll end up paying him about $55 million, saving our losses, not playing that whole $100 million. And Amari will go on to be good somewhere else. It's not that he's going to be trash. It's just going to be business. We're not going to be able to pay a receiver that much. And when we cut him, Michael Gallup will be up, but Michael Gallup won't be worth $20 million. Michael Gallup will be worth like 16, which will be a bargain for his talent. So Michael Gallup get his contract, and then we'll have CD for another 2 years before we got to pay him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just the business of the game. But do I think we're going to be able to make – there's no one else. Look, they would love to probably cut Zeke, but there's a lot of these contracts we can't. We can cut them, and then we're going to have, $30 million dead money? We got to just deal with it. Pray that Zeke is – I hope Zeke is depressed because everybody been calling him trash, and he goes on this offseason and trains really well and comes back and plays hard. You want me to tell you a fun stat, though, that I've seen earlier that had me bugged out? You know how bad Zeke's been this year?
I'm listening.
Zeke is – I seen this earlier today. You know Zeke is 8th in rushing?
8th. Really?
8th in rushing. He's still top 10. And he's having a horrible year.
That's crazy. I know Dak is
and you know what's funny? Want to hear something else that's really funny? He's 50 yards outside of third. Zeke has 521. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has 572. If Zeke wasn't hurt and he went off for 100 tomorrow, he could be top 5 rusher on one of his worst seasons ever.
Wow.
That just lets you know, this lets you know that the running back is devalued in the league. Outside of about 3 or 4 teams, no one's running the ball. Zeke is playing like trash. He should not be 8th.
Well, Dak too. You know, Dak's still up there. Dak's still leading in passing yards compared to some of these QBs.
Yeah, Dak is out here doing crazy numbers. He's above. Where is it? Because I saw
it the other day, and I was like, How can these guys be talking the way they are?
That's why you can't pay him no mind. Dak is
No.
above Kyler Murray,
Yes.
Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, Ben Roethlisberger, Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, and Kirk Cousins. And he ain't played in a month.
You know what?
But Wentz is better than him.
Yeah. You know what? I do have to say, I really wish Dak was still playing because Dak would have blown out records through the roof this season.
Yeah, Dak. Yeah, he was
already. They were saying that he was already. If he kept going the way he was going to do over 6,000 yards.
I got a question for you though. I just thought about something since you brought Dak up. You know they like to say Dak throws for empty calories, right? When we getting blown out, fine. So I waited. I said, okay, Dak's hurt. Every time somebody gets blown out, stat line should be crazy. I've seen like 18 blowouts since Dak got hurt. I'm still waiting for the empty calorie game. I saw Aaron Rodgers get blown off the field by Tampa Bay.
Yes.
I ain't seen nothing happen. I've seen a bunch of blowouts. I ain't seen no Dak games. I'm waiting for the 450. If it's so easy, where are these games at? Because apparently, as soon as someone gets down by a lot, they're about to crush the stats. I just ain't seen it. I'm just waiting. If somebody in the chat can tell me a blowout where a quarterback was down and then after the blowout they threw for 350, 400, I'll shut up. But I haven't seen it since Dak.
Nope.
So I'm tired of. I don't want it. You can't have it both ways. Either it's easy and everybody does it, or Dak's the only one doing it and give him his props. You can't have it both ways. Because I've been waiting. When you see blowouts, as soon as I see a blowout, I say, "Ooh, let me see what the blowout quarterback about to do." And nothing happens.
Nothing.
They end the game with 13. Don't even get it close. So either maybe when they play Dak, he's the only quarterback that they say, "Okay, Dak, now it's your turn to throw for a bunch of yards because we like you a lot." That's not happening.
Jim Swartz is in here. Dak, big numbers with big losses, guys. You guys got to keep.
Okay, but no one's going to answer my question though. They're going to dodge it. That's cool.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, someone, please explain to me that when other teams get blown out, where's the Dak numbers? Where are the quarterbacks throwing for big, large numbers? And I'll shut up. But if you're going to dodge the question, then you should probably shut up.
Yeah.
You know.
So I have one final question before we wrap this thing up, and I want to thank everyone for being in the chat. What are the chances? And I'm just, what are the chances of actually getting a W tomorrow? What has to happen for us to get a W tomorrow? Because
easy.
Our defense, I know, has to step up huge.
I agree with you. That's
huge. And they started showing a bit of life in the Eagles game. So I'm wondering if this is momentum now, right?
Okay, let me put on my stupid Dallas fan hat. Okay. Right. Let me because I told you I could talk myself in any game. So like I said, in essence, if Philly can play the Steelers tough, right? Yeah. With their team. Play them tough. And then we can play Philly tough. In essence, there's not that drastic of a separation between all three teams. They're a better team, but it's not as drastic as everyone will lead you on to. So if that's my basis, that's where I start. I start to say, like, how can we win this game? First of all, it's definitely going to be because our line they ate their Wheaties, and tomorrow they started to move some people around. Because the O-line has to allow us to run the ball.
Yeah.
We're going to play, we're going to call this the Jason Garrett annual game because we're going to play time of possession. We're going to keep Ben Roethlisberger off the field because that's what we got to do. Yeah. We won time of possession last week with Philly. It's hard to throw touchdowns when you on the sideline. So we're going to keep Ben off the field, run the ball. Our defense is going to show up enough. And the biggest factor on how we can win tomorrow, I hate to say it, you got to hope that Pittsburgh was watching all of these shows and listening to all these YouTubers all week on how trash we were. So that they can come out there tomorrow like, yo,
we got this.
Dallas, we got this. And we catch them slipping because football is a game of momentum.
Yeah.
Once another team has the momentum, It ain't a light switch. You don't just take it back like, oh, now we're gonna play hard. That's how upset wins happen. You take a team lightly. And I'm sorry, if you've been watching it, we've been getting destroyed in the media.
Yeah.
And look, rightfully so. We deserve it. Cool. But if you a player and you just watching like Terrence still can't block for nothing, and Ezekielelliott didn't fill off. Oh, Zeke's out. Like when you see Zeke's out, you coming in tomorrow even more lazy.
Yeah.
Because you're like Tony Pollard ain't gonna do nothing. You're not really playing. You're like Garrett Gilbert can't complete a pass on us. So hopefully, do I think we would blow them out? No. We do got one person on this team that can do his job. Greg Zuerlein has been balling. So I don't care if we beat, like, obviously we're hypothetically, but if we beat Pittsburgh 17-14, I wouldn't care because Zuerlein been balling, and if we can get it close, like when the weather, I saw him kicking wild field goals in bad weather last week.
Yeah.
Like from like 50 out.
50 out.
So if the weather is decent, we're in Dallas, so the weather will be decent. The weather's decent, he can get it there. So it's like, hey, y'all, can y'all get him within the 40? And we can just play get 3 all day. It's all on our defense. And if Pittsburgh doesn't show up, and this is the NFL, man, there's games every week where you're just like, huh? I just saw the Bengals, and Joe Burrow's nice, but I saw the Bengals beat the Titans. I ain't see it. I ain't see that coming. So it's possible upsets happen every week. I would look. Now, let me ask you this question. How would you feel if we won? Because I'm in the mindset that I'd be conflicted. As much as I'd be excited that we won.
I would look at it in 2 ways. First way, I would say, did the Steelers come into this game sloppy because they felt like, oh, you know what? The Dallas Cowboys are trash. This is going to be an easy win. We don't have to worry. And like you said, we catch them slipping.
Yeah.
Right? So if the Steelers come out and they were like balling and our defense just stepped up, our offense, our running game was on point, and we ended up winning that way, then I'd be like, wait a minute, the Dallas Cowboys are starting to show a bit of life, and what does this say for the rest of the season?
Yeah, because what do you want? This is how I feel. Do you want a culture shift or do you want a draft pick?
I want a culture shift.
Because everybody keeps saying, y'all want the high pick. I would love a high pick. Great. Of course. Who doesn't want high draft picks? But adding a high draft pick to a trash team is just a great player on a trash team. Ask the Jaguars. They pick high every year, but their culture is broken.
Yeah.
Detroit, some years they're good, some years they're not. There's teams where the culture is just broken. The Jets, this ain't their first high pick. Yeah, they've been picking high forever.
Yeah.
So look, the Giants, our division rival, they've been picking high for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But when your culture's broken, it don't matter how high a draft pick you get. So everybody's saying, I want our team to tank. It's kind of stupid because if your team gets in the mindset that we just losers, you're just gonna be bringing a great player into a losing mentality.
Yep.
So I don't want to lose at all. I would love the great draft pick, but I would rather pick 12th or 13th, and we fought the rest of the season and end up with 5 wins, 6 wins, and show some life, like you said.
Yeah.
As opposed to, well, let's just check out, tank, and think everything's going to be, because this is football. You could ask Philly. You could roll in the next year and get a whole bunch of injuries again. Now what?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Because it could just happen. So I'm with you. Me and you agree. I don't care if we get blown out tomorrow. If I watch that game tomorrow and during the blowout, I see everybody running and playing hard, I can live with that.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see what I saw earlier this season where
Washington?
During the Washington game, Xavier Woods is running with the running back the same direction.
I don't even want to talk about that game because that game was, oh man, it was hurtful to watch, man.
Yeah, it was the Washington game. Out of every game, like Cardinals just blew us out, certain things like that. But the Washington game,
that just hurt.
Really was disheartening. Maybe it was watching Andy Dalton almost die. I was like, he almost took his head off. Like the Washington game was like, Because when you lose Dak, it's bad. And then Dalton just didn't have it for the Cardinals game, fine. But when you realize, oh snap, Dalton's out.
Yeah.
Like you get real
What?
depressed. Like,
Yo, hold up. I want to send Dallas Cowboys fan, 1980s. Yo, this guy just tuned in. Great show, guys. I don't know if you watch his YouTube channel.
of course,
Yo,
I'm
I
a
love
fan.
this
I'm a fan of
guy.
all the goats.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to get something with him, but he doesn't answer to Twitter. He doesn't answer to Facebook.
Hey man, look, I respect it. Look, all of the I call them the goats, man. All of the real,
Yeah.
I guess with the real super established followings. And I don't look. One day, if I could ever do a collabo with one of them, I appreciate it. I take every collab. I'm a humble dude.
Yeah, me too. I'm like you.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm humble, but I can talk my shit with the best of them. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. But when it comes to just real life stuff, man, anybody that like you reaching out, anybody that's blessed that wants to bless me with the chance to work with them and stuff like that, I take it as a you know what I'm saying, a blessing because you don't gotta reach out to me or vice versa.
Yeah.
So I know that they busy men and we all got real jobs,
Yeah.
real life stuff. I don't work for ESPN or FS1 or nothing like that. So, you know, time is money.
Listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on my show because you have a lot more followers than I do. And I don't know how you are, but I'll do a collab with anybody. I've done a collab with guys who have like 20 subscribers because
no, it's all about the love. Look, it's a love of the team first.
Yeah.
You gotta love Dallas for real.
Yeah.
And I just like chopping it up with people because I got 2 daughters, you know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer you can learn something from a kid or a 70-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be open-minded. So when you work with different people, you people drop jewels every day. You just don't know when you're gonna get them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be receptive to them. So, you know, working with new people, that like all this stuff is new to me. Like 5 months ago, I wouldn't even have thought I would be on YouTube. I'll give you this though. I'll give you this before we log off. I'll give you the real reason why I started my channel. And of course it's because I love Dallas. But I was, and this is for anybody that's watching that's thinking about starting a channel. I was the guy in the comments on a lot of these people's pages. I'm a normal person like most of y'all. So I would watch somebody's channel, especially I'll be in the Eagles channel page, and one of the prominent Eagles. If you go to my first video ever, and it's terrible, it's super terrible.
You and me
lighting
both.
is bad.
You and me both.
But if you want to hear a good story, go watch my first video because I go on this little tangent about I wasn't even going to make no videos. I made it because I was trying to get my point across to an Eagles content creator. I didn't know about moderators. I didn't know about blocking comments. I didn't know about none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And I learned the hard way. Like I made a comment and then like I realized I was like, no one's saying none of that. Like it didn't make sense to me. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. So I went on to his page from my daughter's YouTube to look. And I realized that my comment wasn't there. But when I went back on my YouTube, it was there. And I was like, oh, snap. When you remove someone's comment, they don't see it. You do. So you can delete someone's comment and the person that wrote it, when they go back to the page, they see it.
Yeah.
But if you go on their YouTube from another YouTube, your comment isn't even there. And I was like, oh, snap, this dude blocked me. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
And I didn't say nothing personal to him or nothing. It was about, I was talking trash about Carson Wentz's fumbles. And I was like, answer, and this is when he had 48. He got like 50 something now, but we ain't gonna
Yeah.
But like, look, and I was like offended, like, oh, snap. So I said, I'm gonna make my own YouTube. Because in my mind, I said this. I said, if I get my point across and 30 people listen, I'm content with that. I never knew that people, I didn't think people was gonna like what I was doing. I just wanted to get my voice out.
Yeah.
And then, you know, people started to like what I was doing. And I'm, like I said, that's why I'm humble, because anybody that comes to listen to me talk, they don't have to. So I appreciate everybody, every last person that comes to listen to me talk or listen to, you know, us collabo. You know what I'm saying? It mean a lot to me because you don't have to. Yeah. It's Saturday night. You could be doing anything else right now, but you listen to us.
But you know what? I'm with you because, you know, at one point, and there's a lot of haters out there, and not just, and I'm not
like genuine haters.
I'm not just talking about haters for other teams. There's some Dallas Cowboys creators out there, and I'm not going to mention names, where I've had them come and have hate towards me on my chat, write me privately, telling me I don't know what I was talking about, stop doing what I'm doing. And these were Dallas Cowboys creators. And at one point, I'll be honest with you, I took a step back, and I said, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And I started questioning myself. And I did a video 2 weeks ago.
You do your thing, man. Don't never let nobody. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is your channel.
Yeah.
I don't care if you can come over here and not even talk about Dallas stuff. This is your channel.
Yeah. So I started doing this. Watching the Dallas Cowboys fan 1980 is one of the reasons why I started doing this.
That's dope.
You know, and I watched his channel, and I was like, yo, this guy, and he would have me laugh, bro. He's you know, like just his intro, and
I love his passion, man. You know he cared.
Yeah, he definitely, and when the Dallas Cowboys lost, he would come on and rave and rant and say what he had to say, and I was like, that's what.
Look, when we lose, I make my quick video. I still go to his page. I got to see what he like.
I like to see what other people.
You got to be a fan still. Like, I'm a fan of a lot of these dudes still. Like, just because I'm making my little videos, as soon as I get done, I got to go through and make making my rounds. I got to see what. I got to see what. You know what I'm saying? I got to see what they're talking about because everybody, like I said, everybody brings something else. You got to look at yourself as, if this is a belt and everybody's a notch, you got to look at, you bring something to the table that nobody else do.
Yeah.
And that's why, like I said, when I need like a good film breakdown, I go right to Votch page because that's a talent of his. He breaking stuff down. You know what I'm saying? But when I need the emotion, I'm right on 1980s page because he gonna give it to you raw. He's not trying to. It don't feel like it's not an act. He's just probably giving it to you, raw and uncut.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. So when I started to make my little, like, I'm still making my little baby mark in the Cowboys game. I just want to be as authentic as possible. That's why sometimes if you watch any of my after we done took all these L's, I try to be as like, don't try to script it, don't try to.
Yeah.
So I just turn on the camera.
Yeah, and just
start talking.
Yeah.
Because don't nobody want to see me look like I'm trying to give you something that I acted out. Like, a lot of this stuff I wish it was more excitement because we just won. But this year, the year I start my page or my channel, we got to take 5 billion L's. It ain't been fun, but that's the way the cookie crumble. I got to keep it real because it's going to feel good after all these L's when we turn it around. And now, unlike in years past, when we win, it's just me in my living room, a couple of my boys and stuff like that. When we do get wins, I feel good because I can I'm a part of a community now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's definitely larger than me. I like that when we win or when we lose, I don't feel dolo no more. I got a little community I'm a part of, and we can all chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, huge shout out to Cowboy X Factor. Thanks for the comment, man. He said, "Nah, Sid, I love your stuff. I'm moving to change. They suck. Sid's the best." Like this is why I do it. We do it to add entertainment and we're just voicing our opinions, man. But I don't know how you did it, and I want to congratulate you, man, because you're following for 5 months. I'm hovering in the 500s, between 500 and 600s right now.
I tell you how I did it. I wish it was something magical. I got most of my followers after that L that we took to Washington, and I was emotional, and I guess people came in to laugh at me because I got 10,000 views. I wasn't ready for it. I literally was like, let me make this video because you can't make videos talking all big and bad, and then when you lose, you get ghosts. I feel like that's kind of whack. So I was like, well, I got to make a video. So I just turned the camera on, spoke my mind, turned it off. And unlike most videos, like most of the content creators in our realm, of course, we look at our views when we first post a video.
Yeah, for sure.
That's part of it. But that week, I didn't care. I put my phone down and moved on. I went and hang out with my wife and my kids. I come back to my phone, and I'm at like 5,000 views. And I was like, oh, so y'all like when we lose. Like that. And that's just kind of what happened. Like, I couldn't plan it. I wish I could say, nah, I got the secret sauce. My best advice is to just be yourself. People, whoever coming to your channel right now likes Sid. That's why they there.
Yeah.
So they like something I'm doing. I wish I could say, nah, I got it all figured out.
No, man. I love how smooth you are. I love how you you do things, man, and
I
you're not
appreciate it,
always
man.
in a setup. You're outside. You're doing it wherever you can, and big up on that, man.
Yeah, I haven't been to look. I don't be when we lose. I don't feel like I'm worthy to go in the studio. That my little fake. So when we lose, I just turn on the camera. I don't want to go put on the ring light and all that. When we lose, I'm like, let me just put this out there because I be mad for real. Like I'm a real fan. When we
Yeah,
lose, I be angry as most of y'all. I don't be happy. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm a real fan. When we lose, it's not like, well, how can I make this cool video? When he loses, more so, let me get this out of the way so I
yeah,
can be angry with like the rest of us.
yeah. No, no, I hear you, man. Listen, I hope we get to work again together, man. Because
Hey man, like, yo, you hit my line. Let me know. I'll hit you up. I haven't jumped into the live stream game. I'm gonna probably be doing that soon. So we're gonna work together soon. Trust me.
yeah,
Don't worry
man,
about
and
that.
I'm
Hopefully we have
hoping.
some good news.
Yeah, I'm hoping we could do something with Cowboys fan 1980. That'd be amazing to try and get a
Hey,
collab
look,
with him.
y'all
Um,
let me know.
yeah, I will, man. I'm gonna reach out to him again, and hopefully we can make that happen. And let the fans know where to find you once again. All your information is in the stream. I have it all underneath
I appreciate it, man.
your.
Listen, you can find me, Cowboy Space Fan Space Talk, on YouTube, on Twitter. It's Cowboys underscore fan talk. I got a small Twitter following, so if y'all on Twitter and y'all want to follow me and help me get that up, I'm at like 30.
Yeah.
y'all can do that. And Instagram is a small following too. It's Cowboys underscore fan underscore talk on Instagram. You can actually no, it's just Cowboys fan talk, no underscores. Sorry, I got
Okay.
myself confused. On Instagram. And yeah, man, look, I'm in the game, just trying to make my little bit of mark. I appreciate anybody that came through today or come through my channel. I appreciate it. Trust me.
Yeah, man. Definitely go check his channel out. Click that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm gonna have all this information in the description as well. It's your boy Sid. Thanks for tuning in to Speak Your Mind all the time. We're gonna have more people on the show coming up soon. Definitely go check my Twitter out, Sid
Yes,
DC for
sir.
life. My YouTube channel, Dallas Cowboys, the number 4 life. Thanks for tuning in. It's your boy Sid, and I'm out.